Welcome to the Experience Podcast, the only podcast where both the creators and the guest regret coming on. This is episode 32, I think.
33.
33, of course it is. And we have our
always one
guest.
behind.
You're always one off, dude. Imagine when we get to like the 100 episode mark.
I'm going to be saying we're at like episode like 45 or something, I swear to God. But we have our first like official guest of a minor celebrity, Slakks, aka Keenan, I think.
Keegan.
Close enough.
Oh, your name's right there. Oh my
Keenan.
God.
Your name's right there.
Holy hell. Anyways, yeah, come on, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
All right, so basically my name is Keenan Flamon. Some people call me Slakks. I currently captain the Dota 2 team for Team Momentum. They're out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and basically just been doing stuff with them. I help run their esports organization. I recently just picked up a League of Legends team, but I guess that's basically it. I've played in a few Canadian local tournaments like DreamHack Montreal, EGLX, 2018, 2019. So I wouldn't really call myself a celebrity. I'm kind of just like a scuffed Dota player, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, I guess that's how we'll start it.
Well, with our first, proper guest on here, we've got ourselves a local streamer. So of course we got to answer the question. Well, we got to ask the question rather. At what age did your parents tell you that Santa Claus is not real?
Holy fuck. I mean,
answer carefully.
My family's kind of scuffed, so probably pretty early. Probably 13, probably like 12, 13, maybe actually earlier. Probably like 10, honestly.
That was a trick question. Santa is real.
Oh.
Oh.
Dude. But wait, real talk though, what if I was what if I didn't believe in like Santa Claus, You know, like some kids are like on those elf on a shelf shit nowadays.
Yeah, where
not
he's
a big fan of that.
They come out the womb knowing that he's a fraud.
Us 90 kids were born different though. Yeah, exactly.
It's like
we're built different.
Bye childhood at that point. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Anyways, Aiden, you said that you wanted to conduct a little bit of an interview before we go on to destroy everything you've built. So you wanna kick us off?
Build the foundation up so we have something to destroy later.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be real. Kind of forgot everything that was building up to this.
Are you telling me you haven't written down a single thing?
No, I had this all in my mind. I had it all planned out, and now the recording started. It's all
He's
gone.
expecting that Harry Potter shit, dude.
Even me and Gabe wrote down that Santa Claus question. Like, come on.
He was expecting that shit to be written in like Harry Potter style, where the guy just fucking starts writing into it. He's like, oh yeah, this we need to do. That's what he was expecting. Didn't happen.
Aiden, I thought you were the most professional person here. Come on, dude.
Never.
You're the one who's supposed to conduct as the host here, We're supposed to be asking the hard-hitting questions. He's a streamer. Ask streamer questions or something. I don't know.
All right, fine. All right. Okay. How long have you been streaming on Twitch for? And give us a rundown on what your Twitch is like.
How long have I been streaming on Twitch? I've been streaming for about maybe a year, I guess a year and a half to 2 years. Honestly, it's pretty much just me with a bunch of friends just fucking around, having fun, just goofing around, not really playing anything like super hardcore. I like to like playing Dota 2, and like for a lot of us, like playing League, that shit's stressful as fuck after a while, especially if you're like playing on a team. So what I like to do is just kind of get away from all the like hardcore shit and just go in games. Like we played a lot of 7 Days to Die on my stream, like Fall Guys, all those kind of like more fun games. And we basically just goof around for 2 to 3 hours, just having fun. I never really streamed super consistently. It was more just like a fun thing to do. But I guess like I uploaded a couple like really, really stupid videos of us playing 7 Days, and like 7 days, one of the 7 days, like developer people were like, hey, we like your stuff, you should continue playing 7 Days. And I'm like, man, this game is already broken as shit, and when I play this, all I'm gonna do is talk shit about the game. So I was like, that's probably not a good idea. But that was kind of
what they want. The negative press is what gets the popularity up.
I guess that's true.
Press is press, dude.
Yeah, press is press. Negative or positive.
But I mean, I guess that's kind of like the only way I really like kind of started doing streams where people were like actually watching was like that. But I never really streamed super consistently. I'm trying to more and more often, but like sometimes when you're on a team too, it's really hard to like micromanage, like going to work, doing your like 7 to 3 or whatever, and then coming home and like scrimming and or streaming for 4 or 5 hours if that's what you're doing. So it definitely gets pretty hard after a while.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tiring. I remember the one game that I really that was competitive, I believe, for League of Legends, and oh my god, I got so heated so fast. I'm assuming Aiden can fill you in on the details, but you know, it got really bad.
I can barely imagine Liam playing League of Legends. Sounds like a fever dream to me.
Honestly, it got to the point where he was so mad it became funny. Like, you know when people are just they're so angry. They're so incredibly angry to the point where it becomes funny to everyone else. That was Liam. He was playing League for the first time competitively.
League does that to people though. League is a stressful ass game. Like I know you can jump into a normal game. But man, sometimes you just gotta Tyler 1 that shit, man. I just want to int that shit mid lane. As soon as I see someone talking some bullshit, I just want to run it down. I'm telling you that much.
You get it right in the balls where it hurts.
Exactly.
And then
show who's the fucking king.
I do remember my blood started boiling not even before the game even started. It was the one guy that couldn't join because of his Wi-Fi, and I started flaming him for it. And
you said I get a better connection on my leather shoe. that was the exact line.
Oh boy.
Word for word.
I want to see Liam play more League now. I want you to start streaming League on Twitch. I will see that.
Let's get it. Yeah, I'm down for it. I would watch that.
I'd pay to see that.
I'd pay just to see you rage. just smashing keyboards and all that.
I had a guy one time when I was playing League. I'm in a ranked game. I think this is like mid-plat. It's like plat 3. This is like the start of the season. So I'm like, let's get the juice, man. Like I'm fucking going in deep. I'm wanting to win every fucking game I play every single day, right? Jump on the game. It's going good. We're up ahead. We're hella up ahead. I'm playing ADC. I have a support. This guy, dead ass, messaging in the thing. Hey guys, there's a fire drill at my college. I'm like, okay. I'm like, then leave then. He's like, I'm just going to play it out. And like 5 minutes goes by. Then he goes, yeah, the fucking school is on fire. I need to get out. And then disconnects from the game. What? And I was like, oh shit.
The League was more important, dude.
we lost the game, and I was like, damn, I wish I had that record. I'd have put that shit on Reddit so fast.
Oh, that is hilarious.
This college is literally on fire. I have to dip.
He's like, there's a fire in, like, he said there's like a fire in like the cooking class or some shit. And it's like spreading in the hallways. I was like, oh my god, this is extreme.
Playing League. It's like the definition of that meme of the dog, just they're surrounded by flames.
Yeah.
And
this is fine.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I can't afford
actually.
to D-rank, man. I gotta keep going.
Yeah, and it's not even like we're higher rank. It's like the beginning of the season. So I'm like, man, a loss is a loss, dude. It's all good. It's all good, man. You can leave. Like, I don't want you to fucking catch on fire or some shit. Like,
I don't want you to burn over 10 LP. Like, jeez.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man.
My god.
That's funny though. I don't think I've ever had a situation like that in any of my games, but I think that's like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities. All the stars align for that to fail.
I guess when you play a lot of like comp games, like that shit could happen like any day of the week.
I don't play competitive games. I'm more of a just casual, have fun type of dude.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I don't really get into that.
You try to play League for fun, you can't.
After my League fiasco, I kind of stepped out of the competitive gaming.
You played one game and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Which is perfectly understandable.
It brought out a side I didn't know existed.
He became scared of himself.
It's like having the Venom symbiote in him. He doesn't want it to get it. He doesn't want it to escape.
Dude, if Liam was Venom, that'd be awesome.
I
could say I'm friends with Venom. It'd be dope.
That would be pretty sick. Dude, I do a podcast and the co-host is Venom himself.
Dude,
An ex-league player.
dude. Oh, dude!
Can you imagine if Eddie Brock played League of Legends and then like he just starts getting like super mad, and then Venom comes out and he just tracks down the people he's playing with,
eats their head?
Yeah, just chomps them right off. That's the leaked script for Venom 2, by the way.
It's all canon.
Yeah, no, that's canon. It's in a Marvel comic.
Oh man!
Speaking of Marvel, yeah, I was gonna say, Keenan, what's your opinions on Marvel and DC and all that fun stuff? You enjoy keeping up with all the movies, or?
No, honestly, I'm gonna drop the hammer right now. I don't watch any of that shit. I'm gonna be quite. No, honestly, I don't watch any of that stuff. Like, I just can't get into it. I think
that's fair.
I watched oh fuck, what is it called now? Like the mutants one. What is that one? X-Men. I watched X-Men. I like X-Men, but then it got super scuffed. I don't watch any of the Avengers really. I don't mind Spider-Man. Spider-Man's kind of sick, like kind of pog. That was the original two were good. Like with who's the actor there?
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. I like those ones. Other than that, I haven't really watched any other superhero stuff. I just can't get into it. 1 and 2 for me, it's like, you know how people are like getting fucking, like, you know how Ben, when he got shot and shit, he's like on the thing, he's like, dude, oh yeah, fucking Peter fucking saved my life kind of shit, and he just dies, you know?
Yeah.
I want to see that in a superhero movie, like some Deadpool shit, you know? I want gory, I want 18 plus superhero stuff. I don't want like kid friendly. This guy knocked out this dude and then they just disappear. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do I get involved in that? I want some like, you know, like I used to like Fast and Furious, and then I swear Fast and Furious just turned into like Marvel, dude, where they're just like flying, like The Rock is swinging cars and shit. Like, what the fuck on the chain? He's pulling down a helicopter. Like, come on now.
Remember when Fast and Furious used to be about illegal street racing?
Yeah, literally.
Me neither.
I can't even.
And now they're buying like. They're stealing like
few.
African gems or some shit. I was like, what is going on here?
It's like the big blockbuster things and stuff. Like, whoa, okay, now I guess The Rock is just driving through a building and fighting Vin Diesel on a shark. All right.
Fast and Furious has become, how can we make this Mad Max without being Mad Max?
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. 100%.
How about Mad Max without the Max? And maybe a little less mad. There we go. Maybe a bit more cars.
Fast and Furious 8.
Semi-angry Max. That's a knockoff.
Next thing, it's gonna be G.I. Joe, man. Like, I swear to God, the fucking the Fast and Furious is gonna be G.I. Joe. They're gonna have like guns that like shoot acid and shit and like melt the cars. Like, come on, dude.
Honestly, that sounds kind of sick.
Actually, this is kind of cool.
Okay.
It's all James Bond vehicles, except it's for street racing and taking down the CIA or something.
They're all just BMWs equipped with miniguns on the roof.
Next thing you know, you have to fight the Queen.
You can't. It's not possible.
She's invincible.
What I'd like to see is if like they took the Fast and Furious franchise, like, you know, the type of cars that they use, right? Like the really, you know, expensive built, all that fun stuff. What I'd like to see is them just take straight shit boxes. I'm talking like 1998 Rust Bucket Ford F-250 and like a 1990 Honda Civic with a blown head gasket.
and just racing around and trying to do spy stuff. Just action movie stuff.
No, they're driving like a horse in the carriage, and they're just speed racing and drifting and shit.
Dude, honestly, 1800s Fast and Furious would have just drifted like Ben Hur drifting on horse and carriages in the middle of like
but they go
New
back
York.
in time and race horse buggy.
Dude, honestly, that would be sick. I would pay to watch that.
The NOS is just like a carrot on a stick.
Oh, that would be. I would really want to see that. It'd be a nice little way to just kind of turn things around.
Yeah, true.
I feel like that's the best way to just kind of take a running series and that's starting to get stale and you just got to flip it on its head like that.
Like, do something so hard. Like what it was originally, just destroy it.
Yep. Like, I feel like if they were to do the same thing with like Marvel movies, like what would be the equivalent?
Wouldn't that just be everyday life, dude? They'd just be like super scuffed. They'd wear like it'd be like what's that? It'd be like Kick-Ass. You know where they wear those scuffed ass costumes? It'd be like
the homemade stuff, yeah. And then like goes out to fight crime, gets his ass kicked.
Like he goes to fight like a jewel robber and gets stabbed or something.
Yeah.
Game over. That's it. That's the end of the movie. You know.
It's a 5-minute film.
I mean, that literally
and 4
is
minutes of it is him
actually
explaining is his backstory.
Yep. And
I always forget that Nicolas Cage is in that shit.
Yeah.
That's so scuffed. Like Nicolas Cage. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Nicolas
Please never put that guy in a
Cage.
movie ever again, dude. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
His movies nowadays, oh my god, so bad.
He does such like the weirdest roles. He's kind of like Adam Sandler in a way, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because they're both actors that have kind of like fell off
Yeah.
and everything.
Where they
so
had
just
some
take
good
what they
movies
can.
earlier on, but now they're just like doing whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that Nicolas Cage movie I tried to watch the other day? Oh shit. The Da Vinci, not Da Vinci Code. Is that it? What's
I
the
don't
one where
know.
they like try to find the National Treasure?
National
Da Vinci
Treasure.
Code. I'm so stupid. Yeah, National Treasure. I tried to watch this shit, and there's like this boat from like the 1500s crashes into this like icy glacier thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then like 500 years later, he's like, "Yeah, I know exactly where it is." And he
Yeah.
walks over, wipes the snow. He's like, "There it is, Mother Maiden." I'm like, this is so cringy, man. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I watched it a few months ago. Like, this is such like movie you'd see on TV as a kid vibes, you know?
Yeah, that's some like Disney XD
It's like
sort of
pay-per-view $2 stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, something that you would like have fond memories of as a kid, and then you watch it later on, and you're like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, literally.
This is
That's why you
garbage.
leave it in the past. You don't
Exactly.
you don't touch those things.
What are
you
some-
just don't.
What are some like good childhood movies that like you could still come back to and are still good?
Toy
Cars.
Story.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
The
I remember
Road to
watching
El
all
Dorado.
of like the
Brokeback Mountain.
Oh,
dude. If you watched that as a kid, oh my god, I'm scared for you.
What I did watch as a child was Saving Private Ryan.
You
Oh,
told me
yeah.
about that. Yeah. Didn't your you were like in 5th grade and your dad was like, "Hey, you want to watch something?" And you were like, "Sure." And then you go there and you got scarred for life at the D-Day scene or something.
Something like that.
Jesus. Oh my god.
I remember
Uh,
watching all the Star Wars, like the original trilogy, and then the prologue trilogy as a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah, I watched.
I remember
those
watching
earlier,
those
too.
ones. It was very cool to see Star Wars as a kid.
Yeah.
Now everyone just crap talks Star Wars.
Yeah, because of
Because
what
the
Disney
original
did
I like-
to it.
I
Come
I really
on.
do like the final trilogy. I like it a lot. I like Kylo Ren. He's
I don't think we
probably
can
one of
be
my
friends.
favorite villains, but no one beats Darth Vader.
Yeah, I mean, I've been starting watching the original ones again, like rewatching them over, and it's like, yeah, it's like it was so new age for that time, right? And like, yeah, maybe some of the acting is kind of cringe or like kind of like wacky, like kind of like oh, he's in love with her after fucking being together for 2 days, sort of kind of cringe shit.
Yeah.
And like the acting's not great, but it's like the way that it was like filmed and everything, it's still pretty cool.
Oh yeah, even to say
Yeah.
like it was really good like for the time. And honestly, as much crap as the prequel trilogy gets, I still kind of like them.
Still better than what Disney did.
I mean, I actually,
I
I
agree.
still
I
especially
agree.
love Revenge of the Sith. I don't care what anyone says. I love Revenge of the Sith.
It's good. I agree. I liked it.
It's good. I mean,
Has
yeah.
any-
The prequel's got a lot of iffy stuff. That there's no
Yeah,
doubt about
because
that.
it's all like politics and stuff, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but there's a
but-
lot of good stuff in the prequels too.
There is.
That
There is.
I think a lot of people just kind of overlook or just kind of forget about for some reason.
Yeah.
Has any of you watched the Clone Wars, as in the TV
Like the
show,
TV series?
the animated one?
I've
Oh,
only
the
seen a
original
few
ones.
episodes. I haven't
I've
seen
watched-
the full series.
I binged it on Disney Plus, and it was actually really good.
I watched
I
like
thoroughly
couple
enjoyed it.
couple seasons, I think, of it, but I think I watched like 1 to like 3 or 4 But that was like, man, it's actually so weird. My buddy's friend worked at CTV and they'd play those before, so his dad would just burn us the CDs to watch them. So that's how I watched them originally. But I haven't watched probably the past like 5 years. Maybe like I watched 2 or 3. I think maximum 3 years I've watched, but they're pretty good too. I like them.
Yeah, I was really young when I watched like a couple episodes. Don't really remember too much, but I've been meaning to just binge the whole series, like all 7 seasons. You know.
I think you should. It's really good.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
I think I watched one episode when I was like 6, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I got to the sixth season, which is when they ended the series originally.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah, 6th season ended, and I was like, wait, it's over? What? What do you mean?
What?
This is how they ended season 6? It was terrible. It was a terrible ending. And then they made season 7, and season 7 was a banger.
Dude, honestly, going back to the prequels real quick, how the fuck did Anakin get Padme, dude? He was like 2 years old, dude, and she's like 30. He still slayed her.
Yeah, it's the one thing that I always like.
just don't worry about it.
She's like, oh, cute kid. All of a sudden, this guy's just like a Jedi, and he's just slaying ass. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
calm the fuck on.
If you end up watching the animated show, it explains literally nothing. And their relationship in the show is really strange.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's really strange.
Some nice anime cringe right there, eh?
So Anakin and Padme has always had a terrible. That's always been one of the worst things about the prequels is the relationship and how it was done.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely pretty weird. But like, I was gonna say
kind
too.
of like aged 10 years.
Yeah, true. He looks like he's like 30 years old after one fucking movie. I was like, holy shit.
Well, I mean, Padme was
really
the same actress and then 2 different people for Anakin, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But yeah, it was also just really weird.
The magic of movie making.
Yeah.
But he just looks like he's so young though. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Because he was like 10 in the Phantom Menace, and then in like the Clone Wars, I think it was like 20 or something.
Yeah, he's like 21 or something. Yeah, but that's like, I mean.
And then Padme's age is like nothing in between that.
Yeah, she looks the same age, and she's like IRL, like she was like 35, 40 in that movie, or like 30 something in the movie. I was like, what the hell?
Exactly. You see, the thing is, what it was is he used the Force and everything. He fell in love with her as a kid, and then he used the Force to age himself 12 years to pipe.
Okay. To give her some. Yeah.
Anakin's got
my man.
My man.
He knows what's up.
He does, yeah.
What's your opinion on The Mandalorian, though? Have you guys watched it at all? Or
I've watched it. I haven't seen the most recent episode, but I really like season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it at all, but I've heard very good things.
It's really
like it's the one thing that Disney did.
It is. It's the only good Disney Star Wars thing.
100% good thing that they did. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think a lot of people are like scared to watch it just based on the fact of like how the movies go and stuff.
Yeah, but it's
way better. It's really well done.
It's because it doesn't because the thing that Disney did really bad is because they focused on like all like continuing the story from after episode 6 and all that when it shouldn't have been continued really. But the Mandalorian is like completely new cast characters and like it's not focusing like much on the Force or Jedi at all. It's like a different thing that hasn't been explored at that much yet, and that's what's really interesting. It's like a nice crossover genre thing.
Yeah, because the planet of Mandalore and the Mandalorians are explained a bit, I think, in the Clone Wars era, but there's really not a whole lot, and I really like the fact that they're finally like giving the Mandalorians some character because like to their legend and stuff, they're just like these intergalactic
they're intergalactic cowboys. They're that's killer. What it is.
Yeah,
because that's what the Mandalorian is. It's just a space western and a really good one.
Yeah,
space western. Nice.
That's what it is. It's cowboys in Star Wars. That's what the Mandalorian is.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's cool too because I guess like Boba Fett and Jango Fett were never really explained that.
Yeah, and I really love their characters. So in fact, they didn't really get much. So it's really cool.
Yeah. The only thing that Jango Fett didn't really even do much. He just kind of showed up, and then Obi-Wan
got
killed
decapitated.
him.
Yeah.
Same and thing then with Boba Fett comes back years later to.
Boba Fett is actually explained a bit in the Clone Wars TV show, but you haven't watched it, so.
Yeah, but
He's explained
Boba
a bit.
Boba
not a
Fett
lot,
had
though.
like a grudge against him and everything, and he decided to fill his father's shoes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he had a bit more character.
Entire goal was to kill Obi-Wan. That was his life goal.
I never managed to do it, but
he didn't.
I saw somewhere that the reason why Darth Vader kept hiring Boba Fett was because Anakin was, good friends with Captain Rex in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And they're the same because they're all clones, right? So Captain Rex is pretty much like Boba Fett. So that's probably why. Or no, I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's actually that's actually really cool.
I can see that.
Really cool detail.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can see
I
that.
really have to watch the Clone
I really like it when movies can tie together these really these neat little intricacies into the story. I really like it when they do that. I find it very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the biggest achievement of the original Star Wars trilogy and the prequel trilogy is just how George Lucas pretty much thought of the entire prequel trilogy while making the original trilogy, and then actually made it years later. And now, even though like the prequels came like 15 years after the original trilogy, or like 20 years or something, you watch them back to back, like in episode 1 to 6, it makes sense. And that's like, it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do at all.
The Star Wars history is that they didn't have. It was either the technology couldn't quite pull it off,
he wanted
or
to
they didn't have the money.
Yeah.
It was one of the two.
It was one of those. So that he did A New Hope first, and then start off, and then later on, where he did the prequels there and managed to actually like connect them somehow, which is I thought was really cool,
impressive to say the least.
Yeah, definitely.
I think too, like I'm looking at it right here too, like the budget. Okay, for the Star Wars prequel trilogy, the budget was $343 million, and the box office only was $2.5 billion.
Yeah,
that's insane. That is
wow.
That's like exponential growth, man. Holy shit, like that's nuts.
You want to see?
I don't even know how the original one is, honestly.
You want to see exponential growth from box office or budget to box office? Check out the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, that's true.
The Blair Witch Project did like a $25,000 budget or something, and then it made like $250 million.
Holy!
So that's I think it's like world record for like the biggest growth for like money from like budget to total box office revenue. Because that's kind of
they're wait, let's see. They spent $50,000 and they made opening weekend they made $1.5 million.
Yeah, that's just opening weekend.
That's insane.
That's not even
weekend.
I searched it up, and apparently the Blair Witch Project had a budget of $60,000 US.
It's around that, and then
90%
their box
of that was
office
like is and their box office is $246.6 million.
Yeah, which is nuts. That's like a blockbuster movie type, box office to get. That's
like really
nuts.
How much money, like if it wasn't for advertising, which I guarantee you,
99% of it was advertising.
Movie, it had to be advertising because literally it was a camcorder.
Yeah,
and they just kind of went in the woods and used like rocks and sticks.
Yeah,
like, jeez.
Yeah, definitely 99% of the advertising was just advertising on like billboards or something, or like making trailers for it, and that's how they like got.
That's probably what the other $10,000 went to.
I wonder how much they paid the actors and actresses though.
Probably not that much.
Like, all right,
it was probably
dude.
They probably compensated a massive amount.
Especially with how much the movie made. It was probably a percentage of that or something.
Okay, Charles, you're gonna run through the bush right now and shake the cam like no end. Okay, go.
I heard stories actually like during the production of the Blair Witch Project that like some of the scenes the director like wouldn't tell the actors like what was happening. Like some things he would, and then there would be like some parts of the scene where he wouldn't tell them at all, and he would just spook them. And like that actual part where they were like legitimately spooked was kept in the final cut, where they had like no idea what was happening.
That'd be kind of fun though.
Yeah,
would that be the scene where
really
they're
smart.
like after the first night where they found the grave site?
I think
and the children were running around outside their.
I don't know.
tent?
I don't remember exactly which scene, but there was a couple that they did without telling the actors what was happening or what the plan was, or that the like wake them up in the middle of the night or something to kind of like get them riled up.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure exactly like which scenes or something that happened with it.
Because the newer one is fucking horrible.
Oh yeah, I watched the newer
the new one sucks. Terrible.
So ass compared to the original.
Yeah, there was this craft that the first one has for its found footage type deal.
Yeah, that's like the newer one. Any new movies though, like let's be real, like any new movies that they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna the nostalgia factor, we're gonna bring it back, and then it just sucks. Like
maybe don't do nostalgia factor. How about you give me like new good stuff instead of like
so many people are like literally it's people running out of ideas, so they're just like, oh, let's just make a sequel for a movie that we made 30 years ago that no one wants.
Blade Runner 2049. Except Blade Runner 2049 actually was like good somehow.
That was actually good.
That's the one exception where the sequel actually ended up being really good. But that's very rare.
Like a movie like Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
They were debating on making a second. It's like, no.
Like, what? Why?
Never, ever.
Why would you even bother or think about it?
What's the thought process behind that?
Money.
Well, they want to make more money.
It's quite
they
simple,
can't come
really.
up with original ideas, so they just do that instead.
Yikes.
I find it really funny how you can count on your fingers the amount of sequels that are better than the original. And like
I think Marvel is probably one of the only times that sequels are done well. But even then, it's really only to progress the story.
It's based off a series of comic books anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like original coming up with sequels for it. It's like it's pretty much already planned out. They're just kind of adapting it.
Yeah, it's like that's what I mean. It's a continued story. It isn't really a sequel.
Well, and the other thing is they planned out the entire series pretty much like from the beginning. The thing with a lot of these movies is that like they make sequels, but they never planned on making one in the first place.
It's just the first movie got too long.
Yeah, exactly.
So they make a second and a third.
Yep.
But honestly,
yeah, that's why. Yeah, there's not many good ones. Sometimes they're done well. Sometimes they're all right, and like very rarely they'll be better than the first. But most of the time, you just watch it like, oh, that's kind of straight garbage, I don't want any of this.
I
don't want it.
A lot of the superhero origin stories are usually
they're usually
the ones that are better.
X-Men Origins is kind of not kind of wants to disagree with you there.
Story.
Well, yeah, that's why I said most. Like I'm talking like Iron Man 1 in comparison to Iron Man 2 and 3.
Well, it was the first one.
I prefer Iron Man 1.
That was the first one. Come on. That was but then again, that's the original and then sequels made after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a prequel.
But it's still his origin story.
Yeah,
it's how he came to be.
They were also still experimenting, because that was like the beginning of the MCU at that time. It was like, we'll start adapting Marvel, so we'll just do a big budget one with Iron Man. We'll see how that goes. We're also gonna make one with the Hulk, and then we're gonna recast Bruce Banner 4 years later.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
I like the original guy, to be honest.
Honestly, I like Bruce Banner for the new guy. I can never remember his name. Yeah, I like him as Bruce Banner. I don't like him as Hulk. I like the other guy as Hulk, but not as Bruce Banner. Does that make sense?
I get that.
Yeah.
It's
like he played a good Hulk. He played a okay Bruce Banner. This guy plays a great Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
And an okay Hulk.
Yeah, that's the thing. Edward Norton never really struck me as a Bruce Banner type character, and neither was Eric Bana in the even older Hulk movie, from 2003 that not as many people remember.
No, probably because it doesn't need to be in there.
There's the Hulk and then the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, there's Hulk from 2003 and then the Incredible Hulk from 2008. There's that 70s Hulk series with Lou Ferrigno, but that doesn't count because it's not a movie. I think there was a movie made from it, but that still doesn't count.
What about the Incredible
Hulk
Bulk?
doesn't have his own movies.
The Incredible Bulk is clearly the greatest live-action representation of the Hulk. No, it's not the Incredible. It's the Amazing Bulk.
Yes, it's the Amazing Bulk.
Which, if you haven't...
Have you heard of the Amazing Bulk, Keenan?
Keenan, you there?
I see.
Keenan?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Have we experienced some technical? He wasn't speaking for a little while, so does the mic go off or something?
Send him a message.
Well, in the meantime, while we wait for him to get his ass back on here, I rewatched this a while back. This kind of like goes back to the top as like old like movies you watched like as a child. I watched like back around the same time where I watched like Star Wars. I was like 4 years old.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Better? Okay, here we go. There we go. My bad. My mic was fucking scuffed.
Yeah, you kind of died for a little bit there.
All right, so
good.
Let's enter right back where we started. Keenan, what have you heard of the Amazing Bulk?
No, I was saying I never have ever heard of the Amazing Bulk, honestly, and I don't know if I ever want to be quite honest with you.
Oh, you ready for a tale, my friend?
Okay, give her.
What is the worst movie you've ever seen?
Ooh, worst movie I've ever seen?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a hard one. Maybe. Damn, that's a tough one to put me on the spot. Okay, I'm just gonna go off of it. You know the movies? It's like, what is it called? It's like a Santa Claus movie.
Santa Claus. Movie.
It's like Santa. It's literally called The Santa Claus 2 with
with Tim Allen,
the actor. I can't stand those. I can't stand those. I think that is so bad. Yeah.
It's not as bad as The Amazing Bulk.
I like Tim Allen. I don't like the movies.
I'm looking up The Amazing
Basically,
Bulk right now.
it's a super, and I have to emphasize the super, low budget attempt at The Incredible Hulk, but it's The Amazing Bulk. I watched this over a year ago with some friends on one fateful evening, and oh boy, it's something you gotta like watch and get a spiritual experience from it. It's truly something else.
Man, like I've seen. So honestly, the Santa Claus 2 is a 57 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a 49. I'd probably prefer this over that, to be quite honest.
Honestly, The Amazing Bulk, as bad as it is, it's really entertaining. You would probably have more fun watching it than the Santa Claus.
Wait, have you ever watched Rubber?
Rubber?
Do you guys know what Rubber is?
I feel like I've heard of that.
Okay, it's literally a movie about a deadly tire that flies around and kills people.
Oh, dude, that's like Killdozer.
Yeah. Oh, I love those stupid ass those B movies of just like the most stupid things that just go around and kill people, and it's like made with the smallest budget.
Have you heard of the Killer Tire?
The Killer Tire, or classic Birdemic. With birds just
Birdemic,
go around and kill everyone.
Yeah, Birdemic is a classic. Dude.
Yeah, another one of those classics.
Just these shitty PNG birds flying around.
But it's like it's entertaining to watch though. It's in so bad it's good territory. So that's actually worth its existence because you can meme around it. Kind of like like the Room tier.
But have you heard of the single greatest bad movie to ever exist?
Aiden, before you say anything, I went on a little thing about about Rubber, and if you look up the cast, if you scroll way to the back, there's literally one that's just a picture of a tire, and it's called Robert the Tire. The dude's name's Robert.
Oh my god, that's
named
amazing.
The tire.
Oh, that's incredible.
Bro, the tire's a paid actor.
Oh, that's amazing, dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. Anyways, what are you gonna say?
That's amazing. Okay, have you heard of Velocipaster?
No.
Please tell me you have. Oh my god, it's
Aiden,
so
Liam,
bad,
and I
good.
watched it. Was it this February or something?
Yeah, it had to have been.
It was like really late, and we watched. It was like a movie night. We watched the Velocipaster, and it's it's like one of those, so bad movies. But the thing is, I'm 100% certain that it's so bad it's good, low budget on purpose. But it's like done like so. It's so stupid. It's about a pastor that turns into a velociraptor and fights ninjas.
Oh, don't forget the prostitute.
Sounds like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, and his sidekick is a prostitute.
Oh, now that sounds like a banger.
It really is. It's such a funny ass movie.
God, it was so
Dude,
funny.
what? That's like there's this
literally.
super
Okay,
scuffed.
I'll give you a little scene just to give you a little taste.
I know what you're doing.
So
Okay, go ahead.
the pastor walks out of the church because he heard an explosion.
Okay. All right.
And his parent, his I think it was his parents, were in the car that exploded.
Yep.
And it just says VFX car on fire. There's nothing else.
A picture of like a blank street and it just detects VFX car on fire. I think the sound effects are there. He's like, no.
It keeps panning back and forth.
Oh man.
Oh, I think that was the single scene. That's what got us into
that was
the
like
movie.
5 minutes
that was
into the
hook.
movie, and that was the hook of it. It's like, oh boy, we're in for a treat.
Those are the best though. Sometimes like there's this really shitty French like romance film called Le Jour et la Nuit. It's just like day and night, and it was made in like the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And there's this part where this guy like he's at like a ball or some shit. So he's like fancy, he's all dressed up fancy and stuff, and he has to he swindles this girl, right? And he's like my touch is so bad it's good or some shit. He says some cringy shit in French, and he goes to kiss her, and it's a dummy. Like you see, it's a dummy, but they acted this a normal person. It was literally like considered I think the like French like state or some shit. They like literally announced it the worst movie they've ever seen. Like that was made in France. Like I was oh my god,
it's amazing. We gotta track that movie down. Watch that.
Yeah, go watch it and just put on the subtitles and just wait till that part comes up, dude.
Man,
oh my god.
We'll see that part and be like, yep, this is what we came here for.
Oh man,
there was one movie that I ever watched that was French, and I can't even remember. It was like the Blue something or other. And I didn't even know what I was getting into. Like I heard apparently it was decent, and when I started watching it, the only thing I could gather from it was just this girl who who ended up being lesbian and masturbating.
Oh, are you talking about Blue is the warmest color?
Yeah, I know what
That's
you're talking about.
Yeah,
warmest color. I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's a scuffed ass movie.
Some weird.
Like I could barely even understand it at the best of time. This was when I was trying to learn French.
Oh,
yeah.
And I watched it, and all I could get was, so she's masturbating again.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's
cool.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, in French.
The subtitles are just her masturbates in French.
Wanks it in French, dude. Let's go. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Close enough.
Jeez.
Yeah, I remember. I've heard of that movie before. Yeah, it's French movies. Some French movies are just so bad. Like you try to watch them and fucking not a chance.
Yeah, the French like to be very experimental when it comes to cinema, dude. They like to be weird. They like to go out there just because they can.
Oh, what was that? I watched this. French Canadian zombie movie. It's on Netflix. What is it called? It's called Ravenous or Les Femmes. It's so bad, dude. Oh my god, it's horrible. Like they're speaking French, right? And it's just this, and they're like, picture this, okay? This bald guy has a shotgun. Okay, he has this little kid with him. He's running through the bush, and these zombies run fast. Okay, like they're not the slow zombies. They're like sprinting at them, right? And he's like running, and he's like yelling in French. But it's like for anyone that's not French, you're like, what the fuck is this guy saying, right? Because you put the subtitles on and it just says like ... like on Netflix. Like you don't know anything. Like I was trying to watch it with my girlfriend. She's just like, what is this guy saying? I'm like, he's literally just swearing. Like I actually don't even know what he's saying at all. And I speak French. I don't know what the hell he's saying. He's just running through the thing with a shotgun. And then they're like, oh my god, yeah, it's just not like I want to actually check. They made 180,000 in the box office, but it doesn't show how much they've spent, so it's probably pretty bad.
Probably fairly
Probably
low,
pretty bad. Yeah, it's
100
pretty
grand
shit.
budget made 80.
I mean, that is technically a profit.
It is a profit,
Not a great one. It's not even twice their turnout.
Especially not for a movie.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That was pretty bad. I don't know how it has an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like that movie sucked dick. Like hardcore was shit.
Maybe there was like an underlying plot that you couldn't pick up or something.
It was like the best plot you'll ever see in a movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's pretty bad if someone who speaks French watches a French-speaking movie and doesn't understand what they're saying.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty,
even the subtitles too. Like maybe that's Netflix, but I'm like, they're saying stuff that like doesn't actually say what they're saying, and then you're like trying to watch it. You know, like
they were doing the subtitles. Yeah, literally just gave up. They're just like, like
this guy's like talking. He's trying to talk about like how they're gonna like get out, or like, oh, we're low on food rations, but then they like changed rations to like oh, like we need to delegate the amount we need to take, but then in the movie they have no food. So I'm like, how the fuck does that make any sense? They don't have any food. How is he gonna delegate the food if there's none? You know? You're like, what the fuck?
I have to separate the food that isn't here.
The food that was on set was probably like what they had for lunch, and they ate it like 2 hours ago, so they just had to make do.
And they're like, crap, wasn't this our prop food?
They didn't have the budget to buy like actual lunch. They had to share the prop food with the real food that they have to eat on set. That's how low budget it is.
And it's all like canned.
Yeah, it's like canned beef or something like that.
Cold beans and shit.
Yeah, they eat with a plastic spork.
Nasty.
Just right out the can. They don't even have spoons. They just have to like. They don't have can openers either. You just have to like bite the can open.
They just eat it like an apple.
They eat the can.
Hey, it's just aluminum. You can get it open. Yeah.
They just have one guy designated as the can
designated opener. Can opener. What's that one video I saw? I don't know, it was like a TikTok or something. It was like this dude who had like shark teeth, and he just opened a Pepsi can with his mouth. Like he opened it like a can opener, like not even like where you like pull the tab out, but you just like you bit around like the top and then popped it open and drank from it. It was like, that's the designated can opener.
That's kind of alpha, not gonna lie.
That is kind of alpha.
That is very alpha. Imagine doing that at a party, just like a Budweiser, and just kind of munch that open.
It's like, what the heck is this? I'm supposed to use what is this thing? A tab?
What?
Chomps into it.
Just bite into his side like I want to see someone do that. Like not even shocking. You just straight up bite into the can and drink from that. That'd be one way to cement yourself at a party.
True.
Probably scare the crap out of everyone more than assert your dominance.
Well, that's the point. They're synonymous. They're the same thing, really. Asserting your dominance and scaring everyone shitless. If you really think about it. I
suppose you have a point.
True. That's a true right there.
We could make a B movie out of that. Can opener man.
We should.
A guy who can his superpower is opening cans with his teeth.
Make it. Yeah.
Dude, let's make a really cringy romance film in Winnipeg, you know? We'll go down to the art museum and shit. And stuff like that. Easy. That's easy.
That is the easiest way to get like a 90% on Rot. Oh, Liam found the video.
Everyone in down in Osborne and shit will be like, dude, amazing. There's an Oscar. We'll be on the fucking.
Oh, he
found
one of those
like Sundance films. We'll be on Sundance films in no time.
And it'll probably get like some like really good because people eat that shit up.
And it has to be filmed.
It has to be filmed in black and white.
J.K. Rowling level romance.
Yeah, it has to be filmed in black and white, and it has to have like just a lot of dialogue with nothing happening. That's like every.
They're just repeating the same thing over and over again, but in different ways.
Yeah,
that's
like all like student films. They'll just have like two actors, and they'll be like in a bedroom, and they'll just like talk about something, and they'll pretend they're deep for like half an hour in the same room because they can't afford any other location.
Oh yeah.
And then you kind of submit that like this is gonna be like the biggest movie of all time.
I've had that. I'm not gonna name names, but I know someone that made a fucking student film, and it was literally about like an esports like fucking student film, and it's like the game they're playing is called like Legends of the Arena or some shit, or like League or like Legends of the League or some shit.
Oh my god,
man,
bruh.
this is so
really?
cringe,
They didn't even
man.
try.
Yeah, it's horrible.
They didn't even try.
I mean, people can.
Dude, what if we just reverse the name?
People can find it. People can find it. I mean, if you want to find it, go fucking give it a thumbs up or some shit. But it's pretty bad.
That's what we got. I feel like that's what we got to make a student film that just like outdoes every other student film in the worst way possible, and then submit that to like Toronto. Like we'll submit it to TIFF or something, Sundance.
Bro, it's like you know how tier lists go to F? We're in the Z tier.
Z tier. We're not even in the Z.
We'll be better than the fucking killer tire. If that's
rubber.
Or the bulk,
Rubber.
the amazing bulk.
The amazing.
Be better than that, that's
or
for sure.
Birdemic or any of Neil Breen's films.
See, I like Birdemic with those bird gifs where they're like flying. The guy's like and he's like waving his hands, and the bird's just doing the same consistent pattern over and over again. That's amazing. That's the best thing ever.
Corridor Digital did a video recently where they took some of those shots from Birdemic, and because Corridor Digital they're like a VFX thing on YouTube, right? They do a bunch of like the shorts and
I remember those
guys.
guys.
And then recently they did one where they like remastered the VFX in Birdemic to be like actual like good bird VFX and stuff. And they even got like the actress from the movie back because they like personally knew her, so they got her back to film like a couple scenes, and they had like a final boss with some like 6 foot tall eagle man that like bit people's heads off and stuff. It's a really good video. I feel like
that's like when people talk about The Room, you know, you're like, man, The Room is too known though.
Yeah, that's
you gotta have like these
you have to have the unknown
movies.
bad
It's too
movies.
known.
Everyone knows about The Room.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole movie documentary about it, pretty much. Like everyone knows.
The best thing that I've been like, not liking, but I've watched like in the past is like iDubbbz, and he does those like documentaries. Have you guys ever seen any of those?
Yeah.
Like those are fucking. That's funny, man. I like that. I eat that shit
those
up.
are some good stuff. The good old content.
What is he? Which is the one? What does he do with that? What's it?
Yeah,
Full Force. Like
really
Full
good.
Force.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. Holy shit, I was dying.
The good documentaries or mockumentaries genre, I guess.
Mockumentaries, I guess you'd say. Yeah,
the parody documentary stuff. That's where the money lies. I can't wait in two years. The Experience podcast will get its own documentary.
Created by the Experience podcast.
It'll be an auto documentary.
It's a mockumentary made by us.
But then you guys have to have people to play.
Oh yeah, we can't even play ourselves. We have to have other people play us.
You gotta choose. You guys gotta choose your actors.
No,
and
we'll play each other,
right?
but like we'll play different. Like I'll play Aiden and Liam will play me or something.
No, I wanna hire Chris Hemsworth to play me. Sorry guys.
Dude, we get like A-list actors to play us.
Just play us in this terrible low budget, just retelling of how the experience started. But like we'll we'll like add a bunch of drama that never happened just to spice things up a little bit.
I'll take Chris Hemsworth. Gabe, you'll be Christian Bale, and Aiden will be Danny DeVito.
I'm fine with that.
Got it, dude. You don't realize how much of a compliment
you'll get XQC. We should be
XQC,
Jeremy.
yeah.
Well, that's a good question.
Who's the really short guy that plays in the Thrones?
Game of Peter Dinklage.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, that's Jeremy.
All right, what a perfect casting.
He'll be in his room with the setup, but he'll just have a super big high chair.
He's on a booster seat while he's streaming. So we have Chris Hemsworth playing Liam, Christian Bale playing me, Danny DeVito playing Aiden, and Peter Dinklage playing Jeremy.
Let's get it.
Dude, this will be the single best documentary to ever exist.
And if we can't get those specific people, we'll play the actors who are supposed to play us. Like I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best Christian Bale impression of him doing an impression of me, and then save everyone else.
I think we just make a new documentary called League of Leagues, an esports documentary / realistic movie. Okay? And then we act in it and film in it, just like Blair Witch Project. So we have shaky cam in it, like while we're like popping off in League and shit, right? But then we're making fun of the guy that I know's documentary.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like they're playing Legends of League or some shit. We're playing League of League. So it's like a mini game inside the game, but then when we're in the game, right, we're actually acting out the moves.
Oh my god!
You know, like I'm Garen or some shit. You know,
we got like prop ass like Dollarama swords that still have the price tags on them.
Yeah,
we're just gonna swing those around.
Then we also have shaky cam of us like running down the lane. You know,
be filmed on some like cheap ass camcorder or something.
Just iPhone. Just on your iPhone.
Shot on iPhone.
No. We go out of our way to like some thrift store or something to buy a 1997 camcorder.
Yeah, just VHS the whole thing. Actually, I think
put some hardcore dubstep in that bitch, and we're good to go.
Oh yeah, dude! The most intense modern sounding music in this like 1980s
VHS
looking.
Thing.
Low budget.
It's
League
covering our voices and shit. It's so
the
loud.
mixing is just terrible on it.
You can't even hear us talking, but there's just subtitles on the bottom.
The subtitles like completely
that
wrong.
Don't make any sense.
The bass is just so overwhelming.
The subtitles are in French.
This sounds like a fucking Hollywood classic right now.
Subtitles are in French, and they're just saying something completely different.
They're only available in French.
Yeah, exactly.
Subtitles available in French, but we're speaking like Arabic or something.
And then like what the subtitles say is probably like it'll either be like random gibberish or it'll probably be like some kind of like quote from the Bible or something. Just repeat it over and over again.
Like some big action scene happens and then like
it just says praise the Lord in French.
And thou shall be light or something. Yeah.
All right, let's
when are we starting?
This is how we get it done, man. This is how we get
when
it
are we
done.
starting? Tomorrow? All right,
we're starting
sounds
now.
Good. Oh, all right.
Jeremy and I'll message him right now.
All right.
You in?
You in for this? He's gonna say yes immediately. Honestly, when COVID dies down, we should totally do just like a mockumentary of us.
That would be fun.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
Oh man.
I would watch it.
Didn't we say this is gonna be a more interview style episode?
we tried.
Didn't we mention something about structure?
Yeah, we tried our best.
I mean, hey, here's the fun part. We actually stuck to a subject.
That is true. This is gonna be the B movie experience.
Is this like the third time we've done this now?
Yeah, out of like how many episodes?
33? Out of the 33 episodes we have 3 with consistent topics.
Professionals.
Professionals. We are professionals.
Well.
Yeah, Keenan, here's your chance for a self-plug.
Yeah.
All right. Again, thanks for having me on. It was fun. It was good it's always good to jump on podcasts, kind of just like hanging out and shit. So, thanks for having me on again. You can find me Twitter. I guess I'll just send you all my links, but you can find me Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube. I'll send all those. Follow Team Momentum on Twitter as well. That's like the team that I'm playing under right now. We have a Twitter page. We have an Instagram as well. So go hit those up. And
all the links will be in the description.
And if you're listening on Spotify, then come on YouTube and do the links then or something.
Yeah.
Yep. It's at @can_momentum.
There we go. There we go. Now our Spotify listeners and our one Google Play listener is happy now.
I actually think Google Play is dying. So I think Google's actually removing that. So we're gonna have to deal with that eventually. But this has been episode 33. Keenan, thanks for joining us today.
On the Scuffed Ass podcast.
No, it was good. I actually had fun, man. It was good. If you guys ever need an extra member to fucking tag along for an episode, let me know for sure. I'll jump in.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So thanks for watching
to
this episode.